All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DotaPit League, season number 3. It is, of course, the beginning of the group stages. We've made it. Finally, we're here. We're through the qualifiers. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on, of course, DotaPit. We're High Ground TV, bringing the coverage, of course. Ninjas in Pajamas versus Fire Dota here in this 2-game series to start things off. I'm excited as all hell. I got to be honest with you. Couldn't sleep last night, but that's okay. We have Dota today. And that's the most important thing. 2 games. One, of course, the North American boys, Fire. They'll be on the Radiant side. NiP, your Swedish qualifiers on the Dire side. They made it all the way through the qualifiers, played up against Vega in the grand finals, lost to them, but the top 2 did move on. NiP getting their way through. They're here in Group A, rather. And, of course, I'm not alone here on High Ground TV. We got a lot of people here with us. It is the production team. We got Pip Munkle. He'll be doing the producing. Of course, I'm Mott. With me today, our stats man and joke master, Mott Pax. And my co-caster, F4L. How the hell are you, buddy?
I'm doing really good this morning. I'm very excited for this game. We're going to have Fire Dota versus NiP. This is pretty much the first big match for Fire with this new roster, and I'm very excited to see what they can bring.
Yeah, I mean, you play with a lot of these people through pubs, through in-houses, and just Dota in general. So I imagine that this is going to be kind of exciting for you. You've talked about, you played a long time ago with Mad, I think back to Dota 1 as well, so it's kind of exciting to see him on this team as well, although he was on, like, Denial and then basically known for a period of time, and I don't know what happened to that team, but it just seems like it's gone, so...
Yeah, that team sort of, you know, lose some qualifiers and then disband, but now he is on Fire, so he's the only European on this NA team. Sort of a new trend with these strong NA teams to have like 1 or 2 Euros, so.
So I paved the way. He was the trendsetter.
Trendsetter indeed. Looks like NiP going to start the draft off with the Witch Doctor Chen banning out the Wisp, as well as the Troll Warlord in the first phase. Fire going to respond with an Axe Zeus pick. Sort of interesting Zeus pick, at least. Quite early pick for that hero, although it'll be quite nice.
All right, hold on. We got to talk about this. I was going to bring this up.
What?
So NiP, throughout the qualifiers, 8mother played approximately 2 heroes throughout the entirety of the qual. He maybe played like 1 or 2
Viper.
extra. It was literally Viper or Venomancer every freaking game. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Those are good heroes. But they settle into this comfort zone for them. They pick themselves the Viper. I gotta say, I'm pretty excited. They have a lot of early game pressure. They would pick like Viper plus Yoda and Fan onto a Slardar, and he'll get like a Vanguard or something early on, and then they'll just go to town on the enemy heroes. So,
do you think they
like
might
this choice,
do Dro as well? I mean, they already have 3 ranged heroes.
I wouldn't be surprised. The Dro Viper combo has seen a lot of play recently. Like it seems to be really good too.
Definitely like their Dro.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Actually, I would really like to see that.
I think this Zeus pick is pretty interesting. They want to use it to stall these pushes from the Chen and Witch Doctor, but at the same time, you're going to have the Witch Doctor heal, and if he opts to max that, then the Arc Lightning spam is not going to be nearly as effective on the creeps, so it'll be interesting to see the interaction between those two heroes in these early like push attempts by NiP.
And you do have to note now that Axe did get changed a little bit in the last patch. You and I have talked about this at great length through Canada Cup and just like the changes in general. This hero is still really good. Like, I feel like they didn't touch this hero at all. The Q button still amazing. The cooldown has not been touched. Like Calling Blades changed, but that's it.
They just changed the thresholds.
Yeah.
But at level 1, it's still the same. And then the biggest difference, I think, is the Scepter kill threshold, which was, I believe, 625 at max level. And that's going to be the Dro Ranger for NiP. Definitely one of their favorite heroes to run. And they run it extremely well.
This is like the new combo. Forget Visage Ban. I mean, you could get it if you want, but Viper? Ugh, it's disgusting. Though Fire go for the Sniper, this is like, if I had to put a 6.83 draft like in a nutshell, this would be it. This right here. Axe, Venge, Sniper, that seems disgusting. You have armor reduction coming out from the Venge. Right click from Sniper is really good, plus the Shrapnel early on, which we've talked about. You actually have a really long range presence with Zeus Ult, Assassination, Shrapnel, Axe getting a Blink Dagger, can jump in and out. It's kind of a scary team to jump into. I mean, it's not fun.
They have a lot of long range nuke potential, but at the same time, Ninjas in Pajamas is going to have the heal from Witch Doctor as well as the instant heal from Chen. Most likely going to also build a mech, so a lot of healing coming out from the NiP side, going to give them a lot of sustained through these pushes. Going to be able to tank up the Shrapnel, so that's not going to be as big of an issue as it normally is. I like this draft coming out from NiP so far, although Fire do have... They have better late game for sure at this point. Sniper, one of the heroes that counters Dro just because of the range.
Yeah.
Just because Dro is all about those right clicks.
This is like, for Ninjas in Pajamas, this feels like, as it does many times with the Drow Ranger, this is super mid-game oriented. When I talk about Drow Ranger, I think when people talk about her, they always identify how she's really strong, like 30 minutes to 40 minutes into the game, but if it goes much longer than that, it feels like she kind of falls by the wayside to other heroes.
Yeah, most certainly. And Fire gonna ban out the Broodmother. You know, they do have the Axe, so it's probably not necessary to ban the hero, but, you know, a lot of teams just don't like playing with Brood because it changes the entire game. Just from that singular pick, so it's not too surprising that they just go ahead and ban that hero, whereas NiP gonna ban out the Sand King. So not going to give them that extra bit of jungle presence.
They do need that extra support for Fire. You already have Avenge. Zeus, let's see. So how do you lane this here? You have Axe probably off lane, maybe? Zeus mid, Sniper safe lane? Or maybe switch out the Zeus and the Sniper? I'm not sure.
Ooh, a Clockwork last pick from NiP. I actually think Clockwork would have been a better ban than Brood, just because Clockwork's one of the most effective heroes in the game against Sniper, also very effective against Zeus. But maybe they're not as scared of it because they have the Venge, so Venge can just swap out whoever gets hooked in the early game. But it's still, you know, a very scary hero for Sniper to deal with.
It's not easy.
Yep.
Clockwork's going to be jumping
out.
Yeah, I
think there was like a stat at DAC that Clockwork was the best hero against Sniper, like statistically, through like all patches. So, and then the last pick, Batrider. Wow, that is some value coming out from Fire.
Like, oh, guys, we got Batrider 5th pick for Demons. Like, what? How does that happen? That's just 2 patches ago, that's Hero's first ban.
Is that a jungle Axe or a one-position Axe with a support Zeus?
I'm actually not sure. I don't mind a one-position Axe because you get Blink. Yeah, okay, Ush. All right. Well, there it is.
Axe. Yeah, what they can even do as well, since they have this very greedy support in the Zeus, they can get Axe some early levels in the safe lane and then have him rotate into the jungle and free up the lane for the Zeus, let him get his level 6 very quickly, maybe even one of his core items, maybe a Force Staff or something like that, and then he can farm up the lane, sort of like what you do with a Lycan.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like we saw yesterday with the Lycan and the line just going straight into... Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. Because, again... You get your support Zeus farmed up. Suddenly, he has like arcanes to work with, maybe like a blink or a Force Staff, and boom, you're getting blown up. That lightning bolt's hitting you in the face, and you're not feeling very good about yourself. So that's going to be a problem. NiP, they do have this early game lineup. They have a lot of pressure early on, pushing, team fighting. They're all about that. The problem is fighting into, let's say, a Bat Rider, a Zeus, a Sniper, an Axe. Even this is not an easy team to fight into. So we'll see how things do pan out. It's our first game of the group stages, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give a shout out for everyone that made this happen. For all the people working tirelessly at High Ground TV, of course. Our admins, Ivan and Dino. Big shout outs to you guys for joining us, of course. Big shout outs to Pitmuckle, our production man. And Greg as well for doing a lot of the work. But here we are. And what better way to start off the tournament with a pause? Woo! Good stuff, everybody. All right. I don't know what's happening. There's a couple of good luck have funs in the chat. That's about it. Good stuff. Hey, Mop Packs, buddy. Where you at? What's going on? Say hi.
Is it joke time?
It might be joke time. Could be. Unless he's dead.
Although no one's disconnected, so this might be a short pause. Could just be like a hotkey issue or maybe a spike or something. Not too sure what's going on. Witch Doctor actually surprisingly starting off with a null talisman.
That base damage,
look at that damage. 65 damage.
This Witch Doctor has been lifting. He's got some steroids going on right now. He's having a good time. He's ready to party.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you go something like I don't know if he's going to do this, but if you get like 2 or 3 nulls on a hero like Witch Doctor with Draw Aura, you're going to start hitting for... like 120 damage in the early game. And it's pretty frightening. Like, Witch Doctor is deceptively strong, like a physical damage dealer in the early game, so that might be what he's looking for. We'll have to see.
Makes up for his weak-ass stun. His Q button bounces like twice at its first level. It just stops.
When you said weak-ass stun, I was like, what? That's like, Cask is one of the most annoying
I meant early in the game.
Yeah.
No.
At the level 1 point, it's not very...
It's awful. 2 bounces. Yeah. It's terrible.
If it bounces to a creep and then back to you, it's one of the best stuns.
Man, then you've lost the game at that point. The game is over. You might as well just quit.
Yeah.
Nope.
But doesn't actually look like they're going to get too much from this, small invade. They're going to get this 1 ward off for the offlaner, but not going to contest any of these Chen creeps. So looks like NiP are going to get an uncontested Chen jungle.
Yeah, this is a good start for him. I don't know if even if it got warded, he probably wouldn't have too much of a problem. Ooh, mad. He's got the Max Pistol. They're ready to fight. There's 4 heroes on 4 hero action right now. 8 Mother going to get caught out. There's the Cask. It's going to bounce to a couple heroes, but it's only 2 bounces. Arc Lightning's going to go. 8 Mother is going to try to go for this bounty rune. Is it worth it? Magic Pistol's going to go as well. The Arc Lightning bouncing so much. The Sticky Napalm. Demon wants his first blood, but there's going to be another shrapnel. 8 Mother is going to live. Demon's going to fall. That's going to be your first blood. Sealkin will go down as well, but what a disaster already. This might be more than 1 hero going down for NiP. Hanskin's getting low. Air is going to fall. Hanskin will get a kill as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade. It's going to be a 3-for-2 trade, and Mad gets a double kill. Oh my god, the carnage in this top rune spot. What were they thinking? Everyone just dies. Holy.
I think that's a slight advantage for Fire, although NiP did secure the first blood. But the problem was that they got their kills and then 2 heroes died on their side. So, feeding up a bit more gold and experience that they had previously won from that engagement. So, in the end, Fire come out ahead from that level 1 bounty rune contest.
What the hell was that?
And honestly, like, I really love the bounty change as far as like how the system works, like having 2 spawns like every time a rune spawns, but this level 1 bounty system is honestly pretty troll. Like, if you think about, like, the situations that arise from
Oh,
this...
Jonas fan, the spits are gonna go. He's caught in the cogs. Magic Missile gets the kill. Matt has got 3 kills within the first minute and a half. All right, sorry about that. Oh my god, he's got an urn already. Matt is rich.
Alright, well, that was completely unexpected, but anyways, like, talking about the level 1, like, runes, it just makes for some very awkward plays, because usually Radiant goes for this top rune, and then Dire goes for the bottom rune, but you, like, never know, and then it's just a big mind game.
And people just somehow start fighting and dying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fight pretty much every competitive game now at level 1.
The question is it worth it half the time in that situation? It is for one team.
I mean, it's 100 gold in experience.
It's hard to pass up. Nope.
And wait, NiP actually got both bounty runes, so even though they lost that engagement in the top lane, it was probably still worth it for them. If you consider, like, the bounty rune effect.
They get off to a good start, yes, but bottom lane, Ush is farming well. Meanwhile... Yeah. There's like 3 heroes mid. Demon is rotated out of the top lane, realizing that this is probably a tough lane to stay in with the right-click damage coming out from the Drow, and specifically Seal Kid, who's got 70+ damage already. 75, actually. It's quite
Looks like
ridiculous.
Hanskin... Oh, the smoke actually breaks on his satyr.
I saw him.
Yeah.
I believe. Well, he pinged it out anyways. Like, I'm back to the jungle. Sorry about this. Early smoke of Deceit gank, not successful for a Chen. You usually see that happen very early and very often without fail. And it just doesn't pan out coming out for NiP, so... Gank avoided.
I don't actually think he needs to do any ganks on this Chen. I think he can just power farm the jungle, get up his mech. Like, if we look at the lanes, the safe lane, there's no heroes there. There's a sniper mid, but he's probably going to have some sort of support behind him. And the Avenge, or even the jungling bat, can maybe rotate and help a little bit. So not too likely to have anything happening there. And if you have this Chen farming the jungle, you have 3 heroes in 3 lanes, and then you have a jungler, so you're going to be out farming the enemy.
He's going to rotate now for the top rune spot. He's going to send a Dark Troll Summoner. There is actually a ward here for the raiding team. They saw him head over to that top rune spot. He'll just sit here and contest it. They won't go for this. Brax is sitting pretty far back to the right side of the tower as well. So it's not like they're really concerned at this point. Brax is actually doing pretty well. Oh, I missed the kill bottom. Axe actually goes on to Jonas fan. Gets the kill with Berserker's Call again. Ush is, he's having a good game. He's actually up to 1,200 gold as well. They are, I think, getting a bit more out of the map through just kills. This mid lane is farming better for Brax by a little bit. So, and Demon in the jungle is going to work. He has this big triple stack here at the large camp.
Mm-hmm. I think Clockwork could do a bit better job constantly using cogs to spam Axe's mana so that he cannot, you know, just constantly use these Berserker's Calls, but it's a very, very difficult lane for the melee Clockwork up against this Axe.
If anyone thinks that Axe is still, you know, if anyone thinks Axe is not broken at this point, I think you need to look at this lane and see how it's going, and maybe make a distinction based on that.
Yeah, it's always been a hero.
Wave of Terror goes in. 8 Mother's going to get Magic Missile. The Shrapnel, the headshot procs coming in. And another Shrapnel's going to go. He might fall. Buddha Restoration, not enough for Seal Kid. Brax looking to maybe turn on this. He's actually taking a lot of damage here. He's got to be careful. Urn goes up, though, for Mad. Still has another charge left. And nice kill coming in. So, 8 Mother having a surprisingly rough time in this mid lane. 14 last hits and a death to his name. It's not easy.
Yep. So, a bit of a rough start here for the Viper 8 Mother in the mid lane. It's very difficult. We talk about it all the time, how strong Sniper is with the Shrapnel.
Oh, Jonas fan. Oh, he misses the dunk. Ush. Just got a bit too antsy there. Very close to getting that dunk. Threshold's the same at level 1.
Yep.
That's just unfortunate. And he buys a bottle. He almost had money enough for a Blink Dagger, but he decided to go for the bottle instead. It might be an okay choice, but now this smoke gate coming up from Seal Kid and Hotskin. They're doing some sneaky stuff. They got the Dark Troll Summoner out in front. He's looking for an ensnare.
Oh, it gets broken by Demon.
Demon sees them. They have the ward. He's up on the high ground. He sees them clear as day. He has no Firefly, though. They're going to get the bounty route as a consolation prize. Mid lane, Brax and Matt are like, this is awkward. They actually still see them. Brax is going to try to phase away. The ensnare comes in. They have swap. Matt doesn't have it. Magic Missile. 8 Mother in trouble. Test of Faith. And Brax will fall. 8 Mother as well. It's going to be 1-for-1 exchange. More than likely, Shrapnel getting the kill. It's Matt's urn. Now Firefly lasso up into Hanskin. But where's the help? Where's the rotation? Demon literally lassos him and says, well, I guess that's all I can do. Ush is trying to walk in. Now he pops up the Battle Hunger. Seal Kid is in trouble. Berserker's Call is going to go. He actually has some illusions, and Snare's going to go. Seal Kid has plenty of health, but Ush could have dunked if he wanted to. It was on cooldown, however. These fights, man, what the hell?
Yeah, so that was a very solid fight for NiP. They didn't lose anyone there.
They lost
they lost the Viper. Yeah, so they kill Sniper Revenge. I'm not sure that either of those heroes had to die. It was a bit of a misplay by Brax since they had complete vision of that. I mean, they have this ward up here, so...
I think they thought that Chen was the only one there because the other ones didn't get... the Seal Kid didn't get his smoke popped, so...
Yeah, but I mean, even if only Chen is there, he still had 3 creeps, so...
Yeah.
That's a 3 creep Chen plus a Viper. Probably gonna win out up against your Sniper Revenge lane, and interesting enough, Brax goes for this 1-1-3 sniper build.
Top lane, Battle Hunger. Ush is going to walk in. Can't get the Berserker's Call off. Now maybe will. Gust is not available. Now the Berserker Call goes. Hand of God's going to fly. Dunk. Doesn't even need it. He's going to cancel. The fog is coming out. Ush is body blocked. Seal Kid with the blocks. Matt's going to pop the Magic Missile. Era's going to get sent back home. He is going to live for sure. It looks like Test of Fate going in. Era just barely trying to get out. He actually doesn't get sent home. They bring in the creeps instead, and they still turn it 2 for nothing. How does that happen? What? The body blocks from Seal Kid. Are you serious?
The heal from Voodoo Restoration, the tiny bit of fog preventing Ush from using the dunk. And then he gets blocked by a Radiant, or a Dire melee creep, sorry. And very good kiting from Era. Wow, amazing play there from NiP. That's a game changer right there, because not only is your safe lane carry, you know, trying to gank around the map, create space, he no longer... I mean, if he just farmed right there, he would have had a blink in, you know, another minute or so. But very well played there from the NiP squad.
That's just really unfortunate. Ush, actually, like you mentioned, had he just been bottom, he has his blink dagger by now for sure.
Yep.
I mean,
because he made a rotation mid, nothing happened.
Yep.
He made a rotation top and he died. So both of his rotations have actually failed in this early game.
They'll try to farm safe lane. Demon's going to have this blink dagger before Ush does now. It's surprising. But, yeah, he actually has enough at this point. There's the blink dagger coming up for Bat Rider. Smoke rotation from Era as well as Hanskin. So no, Era wants to get involved. But they're just going to head into Roche, probably. They can do this. They have plenty of damage. That's exactly where they're headed. Era says, hey, what's up, Roche? Sorry to bother you, but we need your Aegis.
That's going to be a very easy attempt with Chen plus Dro.
You notice if Fane won't create space or make sure Ush doesn't go too far bottom, he'll try to pull the creep wave. Zeus is nearby. Fluff, I actually don't know what Fluff has accomplished this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he's really done anything. He has 3 assists, I guess, so there's that.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in the safe lane farming.
Well, hold that thought. He might help out here. Berserker's Call. Slam! Aegis is going to go in the meantime, so a kill for an Aegis. Interesting.
Yeah, NiP are probably perfectly fine with that. Securing the Aegis space created by the Clockwork. Brax could be in some trouble here. He's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Oh, the courier is maybe not. Ooh, just under the trees. Era's going too deep for it now. He's trying to chase after it, but it's too far. Demon is ready to engage. No lasso for a minute, though. He just used it. They need help bottom.
They have to let this tower go.
They have Glyph. They're going to rotate some heroes in right now. Era with the Aegis he's okay. Blink out from Demon. He's going to try to sticky Napalm and Firefly this up. He pulls the creep wave. Blink, Berserker's Call onto Hanskin. Meanwhile, Wave of Terror, there's going to be the Hand of God. Ush is in trouble. Death Ward comes out. Matt can't get the kill on Hanskin. What a disaster. 3 are dead for fire. They've also lost Fluff in the backside. Brax is trying to run away. A Hand of God coming out. NiP with superior fighting force here. 10.5 minutes into this game. Take the Tier 1 tower easily. And the fight. Jesus.
I think Fire should have just let that one go. You don't have the lasso. Zeus was not quite 6. And unfortunately, the Dro, flanks from the side, finds the Zeus, silences him, easily kills him in about, 4 hits. And then we saw what happened in the mid lane. Axe tries for an initiation with the blink, but they need this Firefly flaming, or the Batrider flaming lasso initiation if they want to take these early engagements. I think they should have just split the map at that point. Maybe you just have Zeus and Sniper sitting there, providing some additional spam. Make sure, it at least delays their push a bit.
Well, that was a questionable. I'm gonna agree with you. That was questionable defensive skills from Fire.
What do you think about Brax's build? He went for 1-1-4 early in the laning phase. I think it might be decent up against Viper, so you can just hit him without him being able to retaliate, as you have 1,000 range at that point. But it's just sort of interesting because most people prioritizing the shrapnel early.
That's the issue. You could push out these creep. You could clear these creep waves. You could take down some of the Chen creeps with shrapnel. Level 4 shrapnel would be nice.
I think maybe a level 2 shrapnel with that sort of same idea would be decent against the Viper.
He's going for. He actually has no farm. It feels like he only has a Morbid Mask right now, and it's 12 minutes of the game, so it's pretty far in at this point. And here we go. The push continues for NiP.
He has the same CS as the Viper. It's just,
Susol goes. They know exactly where they are. Era's going to get lasso, but he has Aegis. Now the Death Ward comes out. Swap immediately coming in from map, but there's the hookshot onto Brax. That's the target they want. The Kerr is walking right through the entire battle, but it doesn't matter. 4 are already dead. Fluff will try to TP out. He's actually going to make it. What's not going to make it is this tier 1 tower. Rest in peace, little buddy. You did a good job defending, but this is turned quickly into a disaster coming out from...
Why did they lasso the Dro? That seems like that's the last tier that you want to be lassoing. Maybe, I think you go for the Chen at this point. Because if you don't burst down this Chen and you allow him to get mech, maybe even Hand of God, possibly a send back. They have so many heals. It just doesn't make any sense to be initiating onto the Dro Ranger at this point.
This is the death push that we're accustomed to seeing.
I mean... What's the gold graph looking like? Nearly a 10,000 gold lead?
That's rough. That is
13 minutes.
That's rough to say the least for Fire. What was a really good start for them with all their lanes and the way things were shaping up turns out to be pretty damn disastrous.
Yeah, I mean, Ush had a fantastic start in the bottom lane.
2 kills, and he rotates top, and his blink dagger timing is screwed up because of it. And then they misengage. And I think that was the problem. If Ush doesn't die top lane, then they have a lot of... In those early ganks, maybe, they change a bit. And all of a sudden, he gets a kill before they get Aegis. They get a kill before they have mech onto Hanskin. And now they're death pushing. This is exactly what it felt like at TI4. They're going to go for the tier 3 tower at 14 minutes into the game, because why the hell not? You still have Aegis. And they will try to take down a couple of creeps here. Assassinate onto the Centaur Conqueror. Boom! Goodbye, buddy. Hell, they'll take 2 Hellbears with them, but still... I mean, at this point, this is going to be some damn good defending here from Fire, or else this game is over.
Well, Fire have decent high ground defense. They have the Shrapnel from Sniper, the Firefly. It's very difficult to push high ground up against the Batrider, because he can just... Especially once he gets the Force Staff. The Force Staff's going to be the key item here for Demon. Going to be able to kidnap someone, bring them back into the base, possibly even as far as the tier 4s. And that's just a very scary position for any of these NiP heroes to be in.
Yeah. I mean, the threat is still there.
Yep.
The problem is that they're so much behind in terms of itemization. I mean, there's already an SNY now in the Drow. Hanskin has his mech. He's had it for a while. By the time they go for a push again to the high ground, 8 Mother will have an Aghanim Scepter, which is still pretty frightening, all things considered. So, again, it comes down to really good defense from Fire here. And it's really tough for them to get outside of the base and farm now. They pretty much have to do it as a team. Like, you can see the jungle's warded pretty well. They have a lot of wards here in this Radiant jungle. And, I mean, NiP are just taking over their side of the map.
Yep. And, yeah, the reason why NiP back off there, the Aegis did expire, so... Gonna just farm up the map, try to exert their map control, maybe go for a couple pickoffs, but until the next Aegis, probably won't see any more aggressive pushing from them. Even gonna give up this top tower, it looks like, not wanting to risk losing any heroes. So Brax does get that for him. That's going to be a nice bit of gold coming his way.
That's a small consolation, though,
Yep.
for what's been happening in this game.
Yeah, they need this axe to get super tanky, but it's so difficult. Like, what items is he supposed to buy? Maybe a Crimson Guard could be decent, I think.
Pretty good against Drow.
Like Dro, Viper. Like, there's a lot of physical damage coming out, but they just do so much damage with the Dro. Like, it's 48.
That's pretty solid. That is a nice, decent chunk for that precision aura.
I'm just not sure. It's very difficult to itemize for fire right now, especially for the axe. Because you think about maybe a BKB or a Crimson Guard. What else could you possibly buy? Or just straight up armor?
I think it is. I think it's a Crimson Guard game, honestly. That seems to be the best choice. But it's going to be a while before it gets there. Dude, this game feels a lot longer than 17 minutes, I'll tell you that right now. Jonas fan looking to engage. He's going to find Matt, who is TPing home in the middle lane, just kind of standing there in the river. Swaps out. Still is going to get cast. The Death Ward's going to go. Actually misses a couple of times from the low ground. That was kind of funny. I didn't know that I could miss.
It's a little funny.
With you.
Yep. But like I said, NiP just going to wait for Roche, look for some easy picks, continue their map control dominance. Not going to go for anything too risky, I would think. Fluff's going to find that ward in the bottom lane.
Oh boy. Roshan is going to respawn sometime in the near future. And then you have another Aegis to work with. What else are they building here? Alright, Viper has Ags in like 800 gold. That's not bad. And at that point, if you get Viper Struck, if you're the Axe, you can't initiate. You can't initiate if you're the Bat Rider. If you get Viper Stroke, you can't blink Lasso. So it becomes a game of chicken, essentially. Who jumps in first? Who fights? Brax has still only got a Mom and a Mithril Hammer at this point. He's only level 10. Paris to the Drow Ranger is level 12 with an SNY and an Ultimate Orb for who knows what. Maybe a Scotty.
Yeah, he's going to go Scotty. He goes the same build pretty much every game he plays Drow. Goes for the SNY Scotty, make sure that he's very tanky. Especially in a game like this, it makes a lot of sense. If you get Bat Rider lassoed or Axe called, he's going to be able to just survive through that and then let the Viper do all the heavy lifting.
Fluff, you are dead, friend. Goodbye. You notice a fan just kind of like, I'll be looking at Fluff and all of a sudden this hook comes in from across the map. I'm like, well, guess he's dead. That's just the end of him.
Yeah, not too much you can do. And Ush actually goes for a Force Staff, so going to look to survive after his blink call by forcing himself out, or possibly even using the Force to get a bit of extra range on that blink.
I just think that he's gonna die too quickly for him to be able to use this, honestly.
Well, I mean, you get 40 armor when you call, so, and it lasts for 3.2 seconds, so if you blink call, you're probably not going to die during the call, and then if you can force out afterwards, you can probably survive. That's probably his his thought process here. It's also kind of nice because if you get a lasso onto someone, Demon can force, and then Ush can force him, so it's like a double force, and then you have this guy in your tier 4s. That'd be actually very nice to do onto the Drow Ranger once he gets the second Aegis.
That way, Drow is stuck behind enemy lines for a very long time at that point. Brax, Ush, and Demon going for an aggressive smoke play here. They're in an okay position to contest Roche. They're going to see Jonas Fan. Blink, Lasso's going to go. The Shrapnel's going to fly as well. Call probably goes here. Jonas Fan is probably dead. And I say probably. As I say that, he gets dunked on. Alright, well, they're still around Roshan. They don't seem to be really deterred from their goal at this point. A nice pickup, sure, but does it actually do anything?
Yeah, probably not going to do too much. Chen also working on an Aghanim Scepter. Not something we talked too much about, but if he can get up an Ags plus a Granite Golem for this next engagement, going to give himself and his entire team an additional 15% HP, adding even more tankability to these heroes who are already getting very, very tanky. Like if you look at the Viper up to 1700 life, Drow Ranger nearly 1700 life himself, sitting at 1650. I mean, even the Witch Doctor has almost 1400 life.
That point booster, though. That's helping out.
Ush
Bottom
could
lane,
be in some trouble
I think
here.
Ush is dead, unless he blinks right now. Oh, ooh, living
Ooh, very
dangerously,
nice one.
buddy. He TP's out. Demon's gonna cut the creep wave and then proceed to TP. The cheeky
Yeah,
plays
so-
coming out from Fire. They're doing what they need to do to stay in this game.
Yeah. And they are also split pushing top at the same time, so gonna put some damage at least on this tower. Although it's not the best heroes to be doing this, Venge and a Zeus.
Sven's just like, I'm gonna get this tower. Look at my right click. 80 damage, let's go. Meanwhile, Rosh is dead. Rosh gets Viper struck. God, these guys are just jerks to him. He's dead, his Aegis is gone. Hey, Mother TP's top lane. The rest of them rotate through the mid. They actually want to engage on this, I think. And Viper doesn't have the Aegis. They could jump in with a blink here. Zeus ult's gonna go, but they used that a bit too early. 8 Mother pops the drum charge and leaves. Fluff maybe should have held on to that a bit longer.
Yeah, he wanted to get vision of where the heroes were, like had they TP'd to the tier 3, but like you said, using it a little too early gives information to NiP. 8 Mother just quickly backs off from that position, even popping the drum. Brax going for the Maelstrom, so going to get some extra D-pushing power.
Oh, Era's
And-
invis. Is Matt dead? I think so. Goodbye. Oh, Jonas gets a kill on the Demon bottom. I was too busy watching Matt about to die. He does 4-step away. Ush is going to blink up. Another 4-step from Ush. Wow, I thought he was dead for sure. The double force, though. That strat.
Oh, Matt has a force as well, so they have 3 4-steps right now to kite around NiP. You know, we talked about how good the lasso plus 4-step was. I think, does Demon have to buy back here? Maybe not.
Not sure. They don't have Jonas fan yet. This is going to be tough. They have to keep proccing the shrapnel. He has Massive Manatee's Maelstrom as well. Arc Lightning's going to go. I don't know. He won't have to buy back. I mean, they might lose the tier 3 tower, but that's fine. Match Missile onto Era to stop him from right-clicking. Gus goes. Era wants to finish off this tower.
This
Lightning
sniper
bolt comes
hero
in.
is so annoying.
How do you
You
push
just-
into this, dude?
You just have to commit a bit harder than that. And, I mean, they're slowly getting a lot of damage on this tower, so... Although we're going to see a big fight now that Demon is alive, I think now that... Oh,
Swap.
they start with the
Lasso
swap.
onto Air. They're going to bring him to the tier 4 towers. Lightning Bolt's going to go. He has an Aegis, yes, but hookshot all the way in from Jonas Fan onto Brax. Hand of God's going to go. That's the target they're looking for. Force out. Air's going to get Lightning Bolts, and they are diving into the well pretty much. Ush is going to get ulted by Jonas Fan. Henskin's going to get caught out. He's going to fall. Assassinate's going to fly. Brax does have to buy back. 8 Mother clears up the tier 3 tower. Ush jumps in. Tries to bring 8 Mother back to the base. Viper Strike is going to go on to Brax to cast the death blow.
Brax.
Oh, this is a disaster. Brax is going to die back. They lose Demon as well as the Venge going down. And now the Rex is exposed. And NiP will take that fight. Although it wasn't their engagement. So, all right. I guess we'll just win the game here. They take down the tier 3 tower. They take down the Rex. It's just that easy. It was a good idea from Fire, but...
Yeah, I mean, they executed it fairly well there. The fight was, you know, pretty even. They did lose the tier 3, but unfortunately chasing outside of the base ends up costing them dearly as they lose 2 additional heroes, even a dieback from the sniper.
That's the disaster, really.
This is it's very difficult at this point because you also lost your tier 3 bottom as well.
Yeah. I still have the 2-2 tower top, which is at least something, but Jonas Fan, man, has been just on point with his initiations. He'll hookshot in long range and just catch out the sniper out of seemingly nowhere and just
That was a
destroys him.
very nice hook onto the sniper. Surprisingly that no one was in position to force them out considering they have 3 of them.
They were all scrambling, I think, at the beginning of that fight. Demon just kind of went, and they didn't seem ready. I mean, they got the kill, but after
No,
that,
they
it devolved
initiated
quickly.
with a swap.
Yes.
So they swapped Dro into Demon, then Demon lassoed him back into the tier 4s, but they were only able to kill him once because of that nice hook from the Clockwork onto Sniper, preventing Sniper from doing any damage.
Usually when you're at the tier 4 towers, you're like, yeah, we might not win this fight, but they didn't seem to have that problem. Oh my. The cheeky play. Fluff trying to farm a Hellbear. Gets flared at the last second. Notice Fan. Ooh, going for that long range hook though. That was optimistic. Actually, we'll just hit back to the top lane. Battery Assault the wave, bring it down. They're going to go for this tier 2 tower now. And I mean, it feels like this game is almost inevitable for Fire at this point. There's just so much they have to deal with. 13,000 net worth for the Drow Ranger. 11,000 for the Viper. Ush will take down the tier 1 tower, but they're actually converging on him right now. He does have a blink. Just going to get it off. And Ush will walk towards the bottom rune spot. We'll pick up a haste rune. Zeusult's going to go. Ush is like, let's fight, maybe? Lasso from Demon. He's going to pull him back towards Ush. Berserker Call. It actually misses. Ush. He could have blinked in. Oh. Mad's going to swap out onto 8 Mother and realizes, oh, my team's just gone. Bye, everybody. See you later.
That's going to signal a push from NiP, I believe. Although they do not have the Aegis, but Scotty now completed on the Drow Ranger. Up to 2100 HP. Going to take a lot of resources to kill him off. Actually, even 2200 with the Strength Treads.
Actually, TP Seal Kid back home to...
It's going to deny this tower.
His base damage, though. It's just his damage in general. Okay, 27 minutes, and he hits like... he hits almost as much as the sniper does.
150. That is pretty crazy.
He's looking at it go. Yonason fan is looking for a hookshot on Devenge. I don't know if he saw Mad. Not going to go for it. And it's time. I think Fire have done a really good job of just keeping the lanes pushed out and taking fights on their terms, but even when they take fights on their terms, they seem to lose them. Hush is going to have an Ags, and, well, he can buy it now. He won't have buyback, but... Speaking of Ags...
I don't feel like Ags is the right item on Axe this game. I feel like Crimson Guard would be a lot better, gives your entire team some additional tank ability against this physical damage that NiP is having. It won't work against the Death Ward, I believe, but I'm not sure. Like, Death Ward right now is not the main concern, although he does have an axe, so that might change in this next team fight.
Yeah, no,
he has an axe and 50 gold. Yeah, this is a rough time for Fire right now.
How many Ags are on the Dire team? 3? Okay, only 3. Well, about to be 3. Hans could have picked one up. He has an Ancient Grenum Golem following around. That's an extra 15% HP.
Oh god, they have the Granite Golem, isn't... Oh, this is going to be a very difficult hold on the bottom lane. They're just going to wait for Roche as well, so playing it ultra safe. Don't need to rush anything. Even getting an Alpha Wolf, so that's going to be in another additional aura that they're going to provide. Getting all the auras. I think the 3 best late game creeps that you can get on Shen, although we're not necessarily in the late game, but if you can get the Granite Golem, keep the Alpha Wolf alive, and then the Ice Armor creep is extremely effective as well. I believe it gives 9 armor, and then that nice slowing effect as well.
Oh boy. This is just not an easy hold. Again, you talked about Roshan, though, that they'll probably just wait. Gem's also picked up. They're really taking their time here. They're going to start counter warding, making sure everything is good for them. They could probably go for this tier 2 tower if they wanted into the top lane, but they have to deal with bottom defense. Brax is sitting nearby with Yasha, Mask of Madness, and a Maelstrom. Well, that's really game items. Not much damage. An MKB would be nice. Any damage at all would be good for Brax at this point in time. Era, Seal Kid, and Hanskin looking to defend. Wave of Terror will spot them out, actually. Mantis Style also picked up for the Viper 8 Mother. Jonas Fan blinks up, cancels the hook shot. Battery Assault, Magic Missile. Jonas Fan's going to try to chase him down. Shrapnel's going to go. Blade Fury, and Brax is gone. Hook shot misses, actually. He was trying to go on Mad, but he avoids it nicely. And they all get out somehow. That shouldn't probably happen, but it does.
Yeah,
so, nice
that was a
Fire.
Bit odd. So, nice play by Fire. A little bit of misplays from NiP, the Clockwork. Unfortunately, not getting a hook or any sort of cogs, even with the Blink Dagger Force stuff. But they're just going to wait out for Roche.
There it is.
Wow, that was that an instant spawn?
It was pretty fast. It was like 20 to 30 seconds, maybe, after the first time.
So that's pretty fortunate for NiP. Era now picking up a Helm of Dominator. It's his next item. Manta for 8 Mother. Just give it to Dro again.
Dude,
Yep.
they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have a lot of creeps. Let's put it that way. They have a zoo following them. All different shapes and sizes, animals.
Oh, this is even the cheese. So Viper or cheese. That's just so much HP to chew through. Like Viper has 2,400 HP with the Granite Golem. Joe has, I believe, 2,700.
And the only thing Fire can do is try to push out top lane. I mean, they'll take
Yeah, I
down
mean,
the
this
tower,
bottom
but
lane it's not defendable.
you can't fight into this. It's actually impossible. Ghost goes unto mad. They're going to use the Veil of Discord. That's something, but, I mean, this Melee Rex is already dead. A-Mother's going to hit it twice and it'll die. Hush is like, I want to initiate, but this Rex is actually gone. They're going to hookshot it and cogs them back out. Magic Missile goes on to Era. He doesn't seem to mind. Viper Strike, Penitence goes on to Mad. Hush pops his BKB, walks in, gets Death Warded. That Death Ward leaves something to be desired. Not your best effort, Seal Kid. Meanwhile, Era is literally zoning them out by right-clicking them. Kills Hush with a Scotty. And you just can't do anything. Yodas from Bam is blinking them, corralling them into the well. He actually might die. Hand of God's going to go. They can't bring him out. Gus is going to keep them in the well. It's already 2 sets of Raxes down, though.
Yeah, NiP getting what they've come for. Get that second set of Rex in the bottom lane. They still have the Aegis as well.
Yeah, they want to keep fighting. Silkid's going to throw the cask. Matt will force his way back into the well. Brax has got his Mask of Madness popped. Era's running away. I mean, but they already took down this tier 3 tower in the Rax bottom. Yule Scepter going up into the Drow Rangers. Zeusol going to come in as well, not really doing much damage. Now the Veil of Discord popped. Hand of God's going to fly. Mad getting destroyed. Brax is going to get chased down inside the base. Pops up the Urn Charge. He actually might die if he's not careful. Stays alive with about 100 HP. Tier 4 towers are on the menu, and if you're Fire, they just say, we're done. We'll see you next game. It's a 2-game series. And they call GG.
So, very well played by NiP, using their Dro strat, something that they have executed time and time again. Just showing that they can always execute this. And I think if they start the draft with 2 range heroes, you really need to just ban this Dro away from them. Or possibly the Viper, since Viper is sort of their linchpin and used in multiple strats. So, you know, maybe you want to ban one of those heroes when they start the draft. They started this draft with a Witch Doctor Chen. So it wasn't the most obvious Dro lineup, but it's still something that Fire should have been aware that they ran if they've watched NiP replays. And then I think Fire, you know, I think Ush made too many rotations in the early game. And that's one of those things where, sure, if those rotations end up working out, like if he went mid, got a kill, then went top, you know, got that kill onto Era, this game would have been completely different. But it's so risky to have your safe laner, who is your main initiator, go make these roaming plays before he gets a Blink Dagger. And I think that cost Fire dearly, as it not only delayed his Blink when he was having a tremendously fast start, but, you know, it's too risky of a play to be making on a safe lane hero. Like, if he wasn't the 1 position this game, or, well, I guess he's the 2 because they have a sniper, but I don't know. NiP just playing very strong in this game. Hopefully Fire can bounce back in game 2.
They have another opportunity. It's a 2-game series. Fire looking to get off to a bit better of a start in this next game. NiP with just a solid draft, solid play, and not really concerning themselves too much with what the Axe was doing. So, with that being said, guys, big shout-outs to everybody joining us today. Of course, this is DotaPit Season 3 by G2A.com. Big shout-outs to, of course, our Statsman Malt Packs, Efrel, myself, and, of course, Pitmuckle, our production/obsman. Make sure you check us out on Twitter. With that being said, guys, we will jump into a break and jump into game number 2 in just a second, guys. Stick around.